Got some metal. This is kind of unusual. Usually more metal there. Start digging through. Good wire on that. Even copper. Yeah, it's loose on it. Since I've been out. Just stuffed with insulation. I don't know what I want to do with this. Oh, it comes out. All right. I thought that's going to have to yank it all out. Little piece. Stuff will get all over my truck, through the house. So I'm only getting, yeah, now it's all over my arm. That will itch later today. Remember not to wipe my face with my gloves. No fun. Took some stuff out of it. This is yeah, it's full of wire over there. Good number one on that. Got some Romex, and so that stays. Move some of this out of the way and I'll jump into this section at least. Oh man, this. Yeah, that's gonna. Little handful there. Moved. Got this thing. This stuff all, no, I could flatten it now or wait and see how much other stuff I find and then flatten it. Wait. Smart. This thing here. Yeah, that dust is no good. I should be wearing a mask, absolutely. Let's see if the goodie box has anything. Down here. Here. Thought there'd be something decent in here. It was kind of a heavy box, but it's probably just this. It's done. That box out. That's another goodie box, but I've already been around this stuff way more than I wanted to, so that's it for this one. And here, see some other pieces. Need something like that for this. I tried stuff like this and I somehow still figure out how to get up that. This has got, it comes right off and other times it doesn't. And that's all steel. Took all the good bits off. Junk. It's got some metal on it. It's got, I mean, that piece I just took off was like half a cent maybe, but I'll go for it. Yeah. Probably get accused of lengthening the video because I walked over that piece a couple of times. Okay, so right off the bat, I've got a little, however, I see some free OEM dumpster usually has nothing in it. So somebody just had a great day at work, got all new equipment, but right here is an Apple lightning cable. So here is another one. All right, so I don't have jump in, so I'm just gonna put it, I won't sell these. I'm not gonna go through all these. I just want to see if there's anything inside this type of box, and there isn't. So I'll just keep these. Stuff. Nothing. Make sure this. That is plastic. That is all mushy stuff. Oh yeah, no, that's from the bathroom. Don't want to touch that. Fill up this corner. Man, these boxes are tough. Thought I could just bust open the corner. Ain't happening. Got some new Dells. Just look for wiring like this inside. Yeah, see, so that's data cable, $1.80 a pound minimum. These kind of boxes, I think, had the lightning cables in them. I think I just checked that one, yeah. This one seems a little bit heavier. Nothing. And yeah. Oh, that one's gone. Go through all these boxes for the two cables I already found. One. These are, oh, they're plastic. They do have the screws in them. And that is there. I'll just take the whole thing. So even though I checked this box, missed whatever this was. Somebody probably saw it on camera and said, grab it. Alright, that is what I want to get. Some weight to it. big ol' handset. A little bit of metal, and that's a book underneath there, so we're not gonna do anything with that. Same thing. Actually, almost didn't. Since this is an office clean out, it looks like a little bit of one. Cutting board. Alright. I think that's metal. Plastic. No idea if they work or not, so I'm not taking them. These are all just labels. Yeah, just dot labels. Let's see. There's tons of them. That's office trash. Got some to it. Coffee grounds. Okay. This thing. There's a lot of them. These are heavy too. Probably steel for a sec. See stuff over there too. Just that. Oh, come back to that. Put this stuff in it. This stuff. Now there's a Starbucks drink on the bottom there. Yeah, it was just those two lightning cables out of all of this. So I probably didn't have to stop filming on that one, but I saw that guy, he had that filing cabinet. And I asked him if he was throwing it away. He said, yeah, and he goes, I said, I'll take it for scrap. He said, do you also want a printer? Which normally I don't take, but I can get away with just throwing that in. And a keyboard and something else. So I said, yeah, I'd take them. And get him off his hands. That is a nice bucket. Yeah, he said he got a monitor too. I'll take apart a monitor. I don't mind dealing with one. I'm just not going to deal with a whole bunch. So that is it in this one. There's the filing cabinet. That guy actually, he's got my name and number. He's going to contact me about some up at no big deal. And then two Dysons that I think actually work. I'm not going to cut the cords. Wants to buy them for a few bucks, and if not, I'll probably just give them to him if he could use them. He can repurpose the canisters and maybe the motor, take the shark rotators. We'll see how that goes, and if not, then the cords will get cut off of those. And these metal and that file cabinet, so that worked out really well. He was happy to get rid of the stuff, actually super happy. Probably didn't expect the guy calling out to him in the middle of a dumpster dive. So actually, and I still gotta go through all of this. And then camera. In the meantime, I got myself, oh, look at that. Oh, over there too. It's been a long time since I've scored here. Brand new in the box. Got a wire? Oh yeah. I don't know what these are. I'll find out later. God. This stuff. I'll take the remote. That is empty. It's office trash. That's all leaves. Oh yeah. Look at that is, just make sure there's no glass. Look at that. That's a 30-pound box, easy. And it is full of wire. Nice. It is really surprising that nobody's typically by this time of day. There's a lot of. It is empty. I'll go through that for sure. And it is not. Get what I can from outside before I jump in and stand on everything. Okay, it's time. Just contacts for a direct the light wherever you want. This is our wire. So all of this is leaves, nothing there worthwhile. And I just splash diff fluid on me. These are more, yeah, contacts. Don't need the cardboard. I think that's it. That's just trash I'm standing on. Yeah, got it all out of this one. That was a good dumpster. So over here, in this one is a curtain rod stuck to some branches. Yeah, don't. Two aluminum cans. I took in a box, or a whole bag, not too long ago. A bag that I found, and every time I was around it, I smelled the beer, I smelled the soda. It just drives me nuts. Can't stand it. And yeah, I'm digging around in dumpsters with all sorts of rancid smells, but yeah, it's just one of those things that gets on my nerves. Yeah, I'm just not digging out all these branches and everything. And that wire is just, there we go, a little bit out of reach. I think that's gonna be it on this side. So much for keeping. Take that. That is, looks like, yeah, and I'll take the whole thing there. See some stuff way down there, but I'm not going down underneath all this wood. Yeah, I think that is going to be about it. Let's see what's in here. Just trash. For that little piece of wire with this mess of needles falling off. That's it for this one. Oh, there's a pole there. I thought that was wood, but it is a very, oh, it's attached to concrete. That's why it's so heavy. Actually, it's not that much. I can just throw it in. So I'm inside of obviously an open top, but this one is for a place that sells plants. I guess they're going out of business, but I'm going through these. Some of them are metal, so the metal can be recycled, so That's plastic. I don't think my scrapyard cares about Christmas trees. Yeah, I probably could take a little bit of this stuff. Pretty sure they'll take my fire. That's stuck inside of another one. Yeah, I can't bring my truck over here. There's plastic. Out. But it's stuck. That's plastic. Yeah. That's plastic. Okay. I do want to see. Oh, that's all wood. Yeah, all that. Plants look nice. I thought those were mats, but it's paper. Look at this thing. But it's something that I want. Could be. Yeah, since I haven't been here in so long, a lot of stuff that got buried that would have been easily to get to in the past, so I don't know how far back this goes. Not too far. Man, that thing. That is, that's heavy. Yeah, it's really heavy. Unless I can get some good leverage, this thing is not coming out. Wow. I don't know if that's full. I hear, I think I hear water inside or something. Maybe it's just caught on something. I hope. Let's get over there. Yeah, the footing is just a make sure nothing's. Oh man. Look at, I don't think you can see it on camera, of glitter. Oh, there's two. STP Aquamate. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna get this done. Yeah, that makes it a lot more difficult. If it was down at that end. Manage this. Yeah, there's water in there. That's why it's so freaking heavy. And I didn't really see a valve to get it out. Alright, struggle's gonna be real on this one. I'm not gonna film it. I don't start flipping it up. Or if I can get it over there, that would be ideal. Oh, it's a glitter party. Maybe it'll help me. Okay. I think I am now in a better position. Yes. And don't get too excited too soon. All right, it's there. I can get it over now. Man, why couldn't this be here last week? That is staying. Oh, that table is on it. kind of need to stand here, and that also puts me in the way. This one is heavy. It's not a valve. All right, so table stand, I'm not gonna get that little bit of metal off. Get these out. Let me relook at stuff. Oh, I'm not keeping this. This, if I can manage to get it up over the rail, it's just solid footing. Okay, it's like a 6-foot drop from here. I don't want to pinch my fingers. Well, here goes nothing. That's one. This one is much later. Yeah, the cart's nice and all, but it's just not going to be used. There we go. Okay, so I don't think there were any more of those down there. This looks like just the table. That's a wooden cabinet. I think it's just all fabric. Nope. Look at that. There's another one. I sound disappointed, but I shouldn't be. It's a lot of weight. Checked. Yeah, that didn't help much, did it? Oh, it's another big one too. All out is because they just break if I threw them over. And like I said, it's a 6-foot tall dumpster. So, yeah, this one. Now this one, I've got where to really set this up like the other ones did. I can see underneath there, it's a little bit of metal with some wood on it, so that I'm not. But this heavy stuff is worth it. I do want the wheel. It's just everywhere I step just caves. Okay. Almost fell backwards there. Pivot point, but I guess not. Yeah, some water's coming out of this. Okay. Actually let down. Breeze through the rest of this real quick and see if there's anything else, but don't want them getting upset about that, so I'll level this out a little bit for them. Let's see what we have here. A couple of chairs and doors. It's gonna require a little bit of moving around, but this doesn't go too deep. I think I can get these doors. Chairs, maybe not. There's not even any metal in these. Maybe in the junk, so that's not coming. Let's get this out. It's another short one. scrap to take in a load, and after tonight, might not be able to get it all on one load. This stuff is, man, that is under pallets. Or no, that's not even, oh, that's just, oh no, it is a door. Yep. Alright, I'll get those out first and then worry about that one. I know people want me to cut this with the Sawzall, but it's not that late, and I think that would just draw a ton of attention. Even though I have permission to jump in this, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's not that hard to fold them up. That's going to be a long rod that goes all the way back. I've got these rods here, but I wanted to see if there was anything down there. I do see that spring. These are actually pretty heavy, and they're not insulated. As if, look. Yeah, man, that is super long. Wow, I was expecting a lot of force. Okay. Thought it. And then there's more. Okay. After I get the doors on, and then I'll poke around up there a little bit, but I don't expect to find too much. But before I flip out that one door, yeah, it goes pretty far. I don't know. All this stuff. I was kind of hoping I could flip it out, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Stuff back later. So all this wood, excellent for campfires, but I've already got so much of the stuff I can't take it. It's a shame because it is all nail free. Man, that is maybe because I'm standing stuff out of the way. Too much effort. All I did was tilt everything. It moved with ease. This isn't a very heavy door at all. Place for it. So why not? This which I do want to take a look for. Got my truck, but I took it all out to put the bed liner in it, and now the bed liner is a mess, and I haven't ever got around to, it's Line-X, I think. Yeah, it's not the whole thing. And checking, really don't want to take that out if I can help it. Insulation, some big bolts. That is extremely light aluminum. But let's just see. I think I'm going to end up getting in here. This thing. So, what a pain. I really didn't want to take this out. heavier than, oh, maybe it's just this foam. Yeah, that foam is thick. All right, a motor. So yeah, that's, I'm not getting that thing out. Okay. On whatever's holding that. That would have been nice. I think I found one of those all intact and just got a ton of dead metal. And actually, I think this is what it was covering. There we go. So yeah, I'll take the whole thing. I'm gonna have to. Okay, so SD card was full. I had to remove some old footage. Yeah, that is not light. So yeah, it's got a ton of metal inside there, some copper bits, and then got a nice motor. Take that. That corner is now clean. Hopefully that doesn't go back too far. I don't pull my truck closer because I can't really get much closer without backing in, and if there's a lot of stuff that I pull out of here, I'll back it up. So this one caught my eye because this is all number 1 wire. Another TV, which I'm not gonna take. Yeah, I took the one because, you know, the guy gave me other stuff. So same thing with printers. I don't do too many of these, just because they are predominantly plastic. However, this tube TV, and I see some cord back there as well. This thing, kind of need to take apart. Gotta go get my drill. There's this cord for the printer. Take that. That's a, I think like a Wi-Fi extender or something. Too, but that's also very nasty. Look at that. Ooh, ink. So I don't know if these are full or not, or if they put the other ones back. I don't know, there might be a way to tell. I'll take a look. But so at the very least, I need to get this cord. I'll hop back in there and see if there's anything else. Probably not, other than those boxes. And then, yeah, I'm gonna zip this apart and get that. I'm not gonna film that, but that's what I'm gonna do now. And then, there might be a weight set in here. Yeah, my truck's not here because I walk this area and I usually don't find anything. Make sure there's no weeds. Because that is easy money. But nope, don't see any. Okay. Next up, so I see the cat wire there, but let me look and see if there's anything in this butt before I start tossing it back. I don't know if there's, no, that's empty. Okay. And the good stuff. Yeah, I know you can see all that dust. What's in there? Nothing. So, it's a little bit, not a whole lot, a couple of pounds. It's like $3 to $4 there, so not too bad. Can't really do anything with those. And it's been a monitor night, but yeah, I just don't take these. There's very little metal in there, and then there's just the board. So, actually, you know what? I'll take 2 out of 3. I'll break it down. Nothing. Just nastiness and dust. And some cordage. These actually, this isn't really too bad. These are definitely heavier than the other ones that I found. Those are more old school, have more metal content in them. That's, I'll break that off. All right. So this one is down to 1 dumpster, and all of this is new, so that's unfortunate that I missed from the bottom up. Man, whatever this is right here is not moving, and neither is that conduit, so I'm not gonna dig all this out, but look at that. That is I think that's one of those lights that I found early on that had really heavy aluminum extrusion in it. Need to be quiet here because it is late. But those are empty. That's empty. Yeah, this thing here. Thank goodness this isn't buried. Yeah, that's going up there for sure. It is a lot heavier than I thought it would be. No, this is not the same thing. I don't know what's in that. I don't think it's even a light. I thought it was a light. Wow. This. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to probably get in to get that out. Okay, what else? Before I go too far and impale myself on that, I'll take the banding. Yeah, some pretty nasty wood as far as jagged with nails. So, this is easy to take. I'll take it and I'm gonna regret it, because that stuff is usually a huge pain. That at least came out. That is not coming out. I don't know what to do with this stuff right now. This stuff will come out once I move this thing. If I can move it. I don't know. I'm even gonna get it up there, to be honest. If there's a will, there's a way, but just how much is it gonna hurt? Oh, this is... Yikes. That slipped right out of my hand. This is a screen of some sort. If I can get it to the front here, which it's not gonna go willingly, but it's a huge screen. That's caught on something back here. So there's probably a motor in it. Man, this thing is, I can't. Yeah, I can't even get it to, there it goes, to roll. Alright. Better than it was. Not much. Definitely will be moving the truck over here. I still got that piece of 2x4 though that this has got to go on. Never did anything about that, and not too sure about the structure of that, the integrity of it. Grab that too. All right, I don't see anything else that can be extracted easily, so I'm gonna load this thing up somehow, and I think that's it for the night. So that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought, since I had it up here on the ledge. Just dropped it over onto the truck right there, so worked out really well. Just need to strap it down good, and I put it on this side so that I don't have anything in the middle and not too much weight on that side. I think it'll hold. So this whole thing, I've already checked, it's aluminum, so it's definitely coming back off, and I'm gonna have to strip that of all the extrusion and the plate. That thing, at least 100 pounds, if not more, but a lot of that weight's probably this screen, but we'll find out when I take it apart. So after perfect weather for dumpster diving last night, from a temperature perspective and a humidity perspective, it's gonna rain all day today. I need to get this taken care of, so it's going to be a little bit chaotic trying to show you what I got. Some of this stuff needs to be done undercover. I've already got stuff on the side of the house there that I need to take back to my scrap area to go through. This was the second load. So the first load, it was so much that I decided to drop it off at my house. It's so close to the house that I really didn't have to go that far out of my way. Just made sense to do it, and based on what I got afterwards, it was the right decision. So this thing here, I don't even know if I can get it to my scrap area without breaking it down, but I wanted to do a separate video on what was inside there. I know there's a motor, a projector screen, but all of this is aluminum, so that's going to be a nice payout from that particular unit. All my garage door stuff I want to keep up there for scrap, but all this other stuff has to come out because I got to figure out how to get this desk in there. I don't want to leave this behind when I go to the scrap yard. So this is all the stuff, or some of it, that I got from the first dives that I did, and I need to get that on the truck. So got a container there I need to go through, along with the other containers of all the new wires and other data wire and stuff that I found. I'll show you that as well. So I left on my trip, I'd like to get that on there with the rest of the shred. We'll see how it. So I did notice that last night after I got home around after midnight that someone took the small motor out of this vehicles and a dead end. But yeah, I just need to keep aware of that and not stage stuff that deal. But the funny thing is that they left the wires in here. That wire hit, so a lot more could have disappeared, but it didn't. But like I said, it is kind of fair game sitting here on the curb. But before I go too far, I just want to show you what I got as far as what was in the back of the truck last night. So the desk already taken a step drill bit and drilled the hole in them so they can see that they're not pressurized and they won't give me a problem at the yard. We'll roll one up top on the doors. Plan on trying to put that door up in there from another dive. Need to do something about that in the future. Got this bucket of wire, so this is good number one, and cat wire for the wire in there. And then I've got all this stuff that was in the back. I've got monitors, more wire, stuff to break down. I don't know what I'm gonna have to take it apart today just to get it away from here. It'd have to be out here by the curb. I could put it in the yard, but I'll see how that goes. So this thing here was on that low. After the wire in there, there's a nice metal heat sink. I think that thing, so good extrusion there at about 90 something cents a pound and or something. So I'll break all that down on another day. And there's a couple of dollars there. Easy. These are all the metal pots that I got. I'm gonna sell those. Those are really nice to just scrap. And I'm only gonna get a few dollars, 50 cents a pound for the aluminum there. So, and that is about it. Actually, I'm gonna take too much and that will be it. So I'm gonna load up as much as I possibly can the HVAC. But in here is the shred material I pulled out of the interesting totes. So to start, they're all magnetic, so it's just all shred. I clipped the cord and tested the LED lights that are inside. These are great, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep those for myself. We have a few outside and a couple inside, so yeah, might as well make use. Are just aluminum. I had one out, aluminum pieces, so that I'll get about 70 cents a pound for. Here are the two handy. I've got all these labels and I've got another bag full of a bunch of them, so I'll put them all together. I'll leave. These are the type that I use in the bathroom, so I will cents a pound I think for these things. Plus that's all good wire, so $1.80 a pound for that wire. Dumpster, but I'm obsessed, not my fave. Meh. So I don't know, probably just, these are wall anchors or ceiling anchors, and then something would screw in there. I don't know, categorize it as it needs to be. All of these here, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brand new, sold in the last 3 months on eBay for $20, and that included shipping. So that means $10 a piece. This cable really isn't worth much, but I'll still get $1.80 a pound for it because they just throw it in. $4 of cable there, and so that means I'd make $6 if I sold it and went through the hassle. I'm not sure. I'm trashing it, but this I can turn in with that. Over here is a bunch more video well on eBay. It really doesn't make it worth it to sell it for the price you get. It doesn't sell well. So for all of this, I'll probably, but yeah, this again, this kind of wire, it's pretty much junk. So a lot of that in here, as you can see. These are all cast aluminum, machined aluminum. I'll just throw it in with, as long as there's not too much of it. So that's pretty much it in here. Just, you know, right now in there. And this here is an aluminum housing that I've put over there. These here, so this is what they look like. They're all brand new ones per box with shipping. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to get $170 a box, a few for sale, a lot of individual units, used units. So I'll go ahead and list these way to test them. So, you know, I'll just let them return them if they don't work, no big deal, on eBay and flipping. As for the rest of this box, rain like crazy. We had a tornado warning even. And I'll put these 4 together and stuff. And I've never had an issue with people complaining really about trying to return it if it doesn't work. So this one here is a really nice camera, and I would imagine this was taken down from the building that was now, well, if the value was there. And then a bunch more cable, and stuff probably isn't even worth bundling and trying to sell. I don't know. I'm going to throw all this on sense of it. And then on the bottom here, I've got to take this thing apart. Cameras. Here's the bag. Yeah, I think they decided not to use these. I might use them for the go ahead and donate those. And then at the bottom of this container was basically, it looks like brand new tape, some silicone, and just other painting stuff. So not too bad. Most of it wasn't junk and stuff that I could either donate or actually get value out of.